Welcome to the Classy Career Girl podcast. I'm your host, Anna Runyon, founder and CEO of Classy Career Girl, one of Forbes' most influential career sites. This is a podcast for a community of women who want to turn their passions into work they love. You'll learn how to become happy, successful, and balanced with class, skill, and style. We believe that you can create your future. So stop delaying your great life. Go put yourself out there. You can have your great life and career right now. Hey guys, it is Anna Runyon. I am here today to break down the first step that you need to take to identify and create your ideal career or business. And I wanted to do this today because this is one of the top questions I get is like, I don't know what step to take first. Like, it's overwhelming. I don't know how to launch my dream career or business. Like, tell me, Anna, what do I need to do? So today I'm going to break it down exactly what you need to do, whether if you want to start a business, I'm going to tell you the first thing you need to do. If you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, I'm going to tell you the first thing that you need to do. And if you already know what your dream job is, but you just don't know how to make it happen, I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. So that's what we're talking about today. Really today we're going to help you get started. We're going to help you take that first step, get your first quick win, start your perfect career, your perfect business. Super excited to help you move forward, take action. Because really, what this is all about, it's not going to be perfect. Like, the first step is not going to be perfect, but you're going to learn by taking action, by moving forward, by taking small baby steps every day, even if it's like 10 minutes. Even if there's just like teeny tiny time of your day that you can block off, we can make your dream career happen. So I know for myself, one of my dream careers years ago, because I've started this now, I've been doing this for 10 years. So one of my dream careers at one point was to become a career coach. And I did not have a certification. I did not have experience. I had never done it before. I just knew I really liked talking about career stuff and I really liked helping people with their resumes. And I thought, hey, maybe I would be good at this. Like, this seems like a fun career to be able to, for my work, help people with their careers, help them, job search and help them with their resumes. And so I decided I want to be a career coach. The very first thing I did when I wanted to be a career coach is I knew I needed to get experience. I knew I needed to practice. I knew I needed to get my systems down. I needed to do this in real life. So it just so happened that my roommate was struggling with her career. She was in a job she hated. She needed to get out. And so she was one of my friends. She was my roommate at the time. She was struggling. She needed help. I had help. I knew I could help her, and so we did a little relationship where every week we would go out to dinner. I'd help her change her career. We'd get to chat. We'd get to have dinner. We're friends. It was fun, and that's how it went. So for about, I think it was about 8 weeks, we did this every single week. It was completely free. I obviously did not charge her because I was just getting started, but it forced me every single week to come prepared to get my system down. That is how I created my original Get Unstuck system, is by doing those weekly sessions with my friends and showing up, and I would have worksheets and we would go through them. And that's how it all got started. And so it's really just a matter of taking that first step, getting that experience. Another step I've made in the past too, of just when you break down just those first baby steps, like that's what I want you to do today. And I'm going to go over steps for you to take. But I'm just giving you some examples of just like that first step. And if you just take that first step, all the other steps are going to get so much easier. Like that first step of offering my friend, hey, let's get together and I'll help you with your career. And then everything else just like was like a snowball. Like it just like a domino, right? Like it just became so much easier. It was just that first step of doing something scary and putting myself out there. The same thing with our physical planners. It was always a dream of mine to create a physical planner. I have always wanted to have a physical planner of my own that I created. And for years, I had told my friends I was going to do this. It was a dream of mine. I would put it in my goal list every year, but I would never do it. And so it's something, maybe you're doing that too. You're kind of like putting it on the back burner, procrastinating some sort of career change that you want to make. And that's what I was doing for like 3 years when it came to creating these physical planners. And there was one day And I hope this is the day for you because I want you to take that first step. And there was one day where I said, enough thinking about this. Like, I am doing something about this today. Like, I am launching this planner. I'm going to take the first step. I have no idea how to create a planner. And that's really what held me back for 3 years. But today, I'm just going to email someone who knows more than me about creating a planner. And so I did some research. I found a printer and I just emailed the printer and I asked, like, what are the costs? How do I do this? And from there on, it was like so seamless and easy because she knew more than I did and she helped me create this planner. And we got it done in like 90 days. Like, it was a very short timeline from when I sent that first email to actually having a physical planner in my hands. But I waited for 3 years because I didn't know the first step. I didn't know what to do. So often, sometimes that first step is just a simple email. And that's what I'm going to tell you today, because we really have to like ditch the perfection. It's not going to be perfect. The first step, the first putting yourself out there, it's not always easy. My system was not that great in the beginning. I think we spent a lot more time just hanging out at dinner than we did talking about her career. I'm not even sure how much I even helped her, but it was fun and it got me going. It got me started. And then mentally, I started saying, I'm a career coach. I've helped one person. I helped my friend. I'm a career coach. And that started building my confidence. And that was just kind of like that step that I needed then to the charge that for my next client, right? Rosie said, that's also my dream. Tama says, that's your dream to create a planner. Is that what I said? That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So just taking that first step, ditching perfection. So let's talk. So I'm going to give you 3 different scenarios. Let me know in the comments like which scenario you guys fall into. So 3 different scenarios. I'm going to tell you exactly what steps you should take today to launch your dream career or business. The first step. I'm going to go over the first step you need to take if you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up. Anyone have no idea what they want to be when they grow up? I know I used to have no idea what I should be when I grow up. I'm going to give you the first step you should take if you want to start a business or a side hustle or start generating income from home. And then I'm going to give you the first step that you should take if you know what your dream job is, but you feel like you have no idea how to make that happen, especially with COVID-19 and everyone's at home. Like, how are you supposed to get your dream job right now? I'm going to tell you the first thing that you need to take to make it happen. Okay. You guys ready? This is good stuff here. Okay. So let's talk first. Anyone here have no idea what they want to be when they grow up? So if you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, sometimes this is tough because you'll get stuck in jobs you don't like over and over and over again. You'll say, oh, well, I guess I'm kind of good at this, so I'll just take this job. Or I have this experience, so I'll just take this job. And you just kind of get stuck over and over because you haven't done the self assessment, the self analyzation to really identify what your ideal career or business is. So, one of the things that I recommend is doing informational interviews. If you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, no idea what kind of career you want to be, even no idea if you want to start a business or not, the first thing you should do is start to doing research on what careers are out there. So, I would find 4 careers, 4 potential careers that you might want to have someday and start to learn more about those careers. Now, you can easily do a quick Google search. That could be your first step today. Like, what is a typical day in the life of an engineer if you wanted to become an engineer? Or maybe you want to be a fashion designer, a typical day in the life. Or what is a fashion designer job description? You can just look at a job description. That can be your first step today, just to do a quick Google search. For me, I wanted to be a lawyer at one point. I think this was after I graduated. Oh no, I was still in college. And I thought maybe a lawyer was on my top list of potential career fields. And I was in a college class. It was a class on career development, obviously one of my favorite classes. And in that class, we were assigned as a homework, we had to do 3 informational interviews. It was required. And it was probably one of the best assignments that I've ever had because it forced me to get out of my comfort zone. I'm an introvert. Networking has always been kind of hard for me. And so to go into someone else's office, like I went to them and asked them questions. So I had to get all dressed up. I had my nylons, I had my suit, And I had to go to their place of work and ask them questions about what a typical day was in their job, what they liked about their job, what they did not like about their job, how would someone like me get the career that you have, and just kind of learn, like, what is this career like? And I interviewed a lawyer. That was one of my informational interviews. And during that interview, I realized I do not want to be a lawyer. So if I had never done that interview, I would never have known. I might have gone, to get my law degree. I might have gone that direction and then spent a ton of time and a ton of money and then realized that this is not the career for me. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to start interviewing people and doing these informational interviews to start learning more about these career paths. Now, it might be like me, where you interview a lawyer and it's nothing like you want to have someday, and then you kind of put that dream aside. That's not the career path for me. It just helps you get a lot of clarity and focus about what career you should pick. And then I also was doing some informational interviews with career coaches. I was asking them these same sort of questions. I remember asking the same sort of questions to an entrepreneur, and I started eyes kind of open to an entrepreneur and like what that was like, and a career coach and what that was like. And I started to really see, maybe that's the path for me as I started to interview more of those people. So, a simple thing you can do, like we talked about, if you don't know what you want to be when you grow up, a simple Google search, writing down a list of potential career paths, doing some research on them, looking at job descriptions, seeing if that sounds exciting to you. And then when you're ready, doing these informational interviews. So, if you want to set up an informational interview, very simple. I'm going to kind of read you a little script of what I would write to someone if I was doing an informational interview. So grab a piece of paper and a pen. This is the exact script that I wrote over and over again. There was a time where I was doing like 4 informational interviews per month because I was desperately trying to figure out my career change and what I should do with my life. And so I was writing these over and over again. And you're going to stand out when you do these because not everyone is doing these. You can do these virtually, you can do it through Zoom, you can do it on the phone. So there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing, like, especially if you're home and you have nothing to do, you should be doing at least 4 of these every single month right now. Basically, my simple script, like I would tell them who I was. So at that time, I said, I'm currently an MBA student at the Radius School of Management. My career counselor at the Radius School suggested I contact you to conduct an informational interview. So I'm introducing myself. I'm saying where I went to school. I'm saying, if you're already in a career, you could say what you already do, and then also share with them like how you found their information. Like, what is the commonality between you guys? So for me, it was my career counselor suggested your name. It could be, I found your website online. I found your social media accounts. I saw you on the news. You're just saying where you found them. And then you're going to say, my passion and desire is to become a blank, whatever that career target is. And your background and experience will be invaluable to me as I pursue my career. At your convenience, I would like to schedule a 15-minute informational meeting with you. I would say in person, but we can't really do that right now. So do not say in person because these are not going to happen in person right now. And that's okay because of this whole COVID-19 thing. You might be listening to this years from now. You can do it in person, but we can't do in person right now. So you're going to say over the phone or Zoom. And you'll say, the purpose of this meeting is to gather additional information that will better assist me with my career decisions. Thank you for considering my request. So notice how I only ask for 15 minutes of their time. This is short. This is sweet. Most people have that right now. Most people are willing to help other people right now. Most people understand how hard it is to job search right now. Like, people want to give back, especially with this pandemic that's going on. People have lost their jobs, businesses are closing. People want to help others right now, right? And there's not much we can do from home. I don't know about you, but I kind of feel like, how do I help, right? This is my way of helping. Like, I've been doing way more lives. I've been doing way more coaching with my community and my members and like diving in. But like, there's things people feel like they want to help. And so this is a way that they can give back and they can help from the comfort of their own homes. So most professionals will have these 15 minutes for you. So definitely try that. Let me know in the comments if you guys are going to try an informational interview, because I think you get so much clarity and confidence from that. So that's my first step. If you have really just have no idea what your dream career, your dream job, what you want to be when you grow up. You're just kind of like just starting. Now, if you want to, now we're going to kind of go into if you want to start a business, if you want to start a side hustle, if you want to start making an income from home, generating money on the side, bringing in more money, working from home, using online, this is a great opportunity right now. You have so much opportunity to do this right now. People are online. So if you want to start a business, you have the whole world right at your fingertips. You're online right now, you're watching this. And so you can use these same tools as I've used to start and grow a business. So let's break it down. Let's talk about kind of like that first step to start your own business. And I want to bring it back to this example, right? Like the first step really is starting, getting that client, getting that free client, working with someone to really see if your business, what the market is and what problems you can solve. So your first step really is what people don't do. So when you start a business, most people think, I got to sell something. I got to sell something. How am I going to sell something? I feel salesy. I feel sleazy. I'm like posting about my product. But the first step when you're starting a business really shouldn't even be worrying about the sale. It's not putting your offer out there. It's not trying to, be salesy and sell, sell, sell. The first step when you're starting a business is really to get that feedback. And you don't need to have a super refined product. Definitely doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to have, you don't need to have a perfect offer, a sales page, anything perfect whatsoever. And it's really just about being open and honest. So I'll bring it back to that example of me and my friend, right? I went to my friend, I said, I would love your feedback. I know you're job searching right now. I'm starting a business as a career coach, and I want to serve women just like you who are job searching but are struggling with their career right now. They're struggling to change their jobs. They don't know what their ideal career is for them. I'll be the first to admit that this is not all finalized. I'm just starting. So everything is just, I'm still figuring everything out. But I would love to interview you so I can get a lot more clarity on my focus. I would love for you to be my first practice client. I'm not going to charge you because I just would appreciate your feedback and getting the experience. That's how I started. That's 10 years ago. That's how this whole thing all started. And here we are today, just from that simple question, asking someone if I can help them. And I think a lot of the times we get so wrapped up around selling and making a product, and we forget that when we're entrepreneurs, when we're starting a business, it's really just to help people solve their problems. It's really just to serve people. And I like to just break it down and think like one person every day. That's why when I come on here, like right before I go on, I just remember, like, I just want to help one person today. So if I have helped you, can you just post in the comments so I know that I have completed I've completed that? Because when you break it all down, it's just about serving, it's just about helping others. It's not about us. It's not about imposter syndrome and feeling like we're not good enough, we're not an expert, what are people going to think of us? What if we fail? All those things are going to work against you if you can't get past them, because really what we want to think of is we just want to help, we just want to serve. That's why I'm here. I'm here to serve. I'm here to help just one person every day. And so if we break down that first step for you today, if you want to start a business, your first step is to send an email like that or reach out to someone you know who has the problem that you want to help people with. You're going to be open with them. You're going to be honest with them. You're not going to try and sell anything to them. All you're going to do is you're going to tell them, hey, I'm starting a business and I am serving people who have this problem. I'll be the first to admit, I'm just starting. I'm just getting everything figured out and finalized. I'm just getting this started, but I would love to help you with your problem. I would love for you to be my first practice client, or if you just want to interview them, that's fine too. You could just interview them and ask them questions like what their biggest challenges are, what their biggest frustrations are, what their goals and dreams are. And you just want to ask them some questions so you can get more clarity that's going to help you grow your business. I'll bring it back. People want to help people right now. People know that there've been a lot of businesses that have had to close, right? There's been a lot of businesses that have had to change their business model, their structuring. Things are starting to open again, and it's just a weird time for small businesses right now. And so I'll bring it back to people want to help you, but they don't know how to help you if we never ask them, right? So my friend that I did those weekly coaching sessions with, I helped her, right? Like she had a problem. I was able to help her, and she was able to provide feedback to me about my system, and I was able to learn. It was truly a win-win, right? And that's what we want to do in this step when we're just starting. We just want to create win-win relationships with people where you learn, you maybe get testimonials, you work on your system, you get practice, doing this offer, and then you're helping them too. Huge win. So that's the first step. And then once you start getting results for people, once you start knowing that you make an impact on people, then you start getting testimonials and stories. That's when you can start selling because you know your product works. Like that's when it becomes so much easier to sell because your stories sell it. Next week, I'm going to be doing some interviews with some of my clients, some of our members in our class membership community. I think it's going to be next Monday. And you'll see it's so much easier when your customers basically do the selling for you because they talk about their experience using your product. And it's way more fun. And you get to see results. You get to see all the hard work that you've done. You get to see the results that have been made and the problems that have been solved with your product. And you get to really understand your customers too when you go through this process. So it's way more fun to get to this point, but you have to start somewhere. You have to put that offer out there and start learning. And then you get the results way, way, way easier to sell. You'll have more confidence in your product because you know it works. And so when you're talking to someone on the phone and you're doing a sales conversation at the end, you're making an offer, your offer is going to have so much more confidence, right? Like it works. You can answer their questions. You can tell them it works. It's been refined and it's been proven because it's worked for people. So we have to get to that stage. That's not the first stage. That's where you're going, right? You're going to that place where you have all of these like too many testimonials to even put on your page because your product has worked for so many people. That's where you're going, but you need to make that first start, get that first customer or practice customer, or just get the first interview with a potential customer so you can just start to learn what they're struggling with. Tamara says this is very helpful. Thank you, Tamara. Okay, you're my one person. I have helped one person today. It's my goal, right? All of us should have that goal, just helping one person. It just gets you out of your head of feeling like I'm going live. What do I do? What do I say? So I'm glad that I have helped you, Tamara. Okay, so let's get into the third section then. Let's talk about what step you should take if you know what your dream job is, but you don't know how to get it. So anyone here know what they want? Like, maybe I got this email the other day from a graduating senior who said, I'm graduating, but there are no jobs. I can't find my dream job right now because of COVID. So I want to talk through this because I am very, very passionate about this situation here because I truly believe that there has never been a better time to find your dream career or launch your dream business because everyone is thinking what this woman just wrote to me, right? Everyone is thinking there's no jobs. The world is in economic crisis. You can't even go to work. No one is hiring. I can't even get a summer job. What am I going to do? Like I'm graduating or I'm changing jobs or I lost my job. There's so much negative thinking here, right? Like that's what everyone's doing, but you can be different and you can actually flip that to this is your time. This is your time. Like maybe, you could have gone one direction, but this is your time to really analyze what it is that you truly want And this is your time where you can start doing those informational interviews. So I've already told you about informational interviews. There's no reason why you can't do at least 4 of those every single month using Zoom and a phone. But this is also your time to not only do networking in those informational interviews, but also to create your resume, create your own experience. So many people are home right now just watching TV and just waiting for this quarantine to be over. But something I'm doing, I'm taking courses, I'm learning, I'm growing my business, I'm creating my own experiences and creating my own knowledge. So when we're out of this, I'm different, right? I've learned so much through this quarantine. And so you can do the same. You can create your resume. You can create your future. So we can use this time to learn new skills. And also, this is also a time not only learning, so you can take courses, you can learn things online, a quick Google search or a quick email to someone, right? You can learn things, you can add to your resume on your own. This is also a great time to get virtual work experience, working from home. So there's a lot of businesses out there that are struggling right now. They need help. And so, what I recommend doing is making a pitch to a company right now. I can guarantee that you would get a good response if you pitch yourself for an internship or a volunteer opportunity right now. Like, I can't believe no one has done this for Classy Career Girl, right? Like, there's so much opportunity. You do not need to sit and watch video games or watch Netflix all day. You can get work experience right now virtually from home. So I'm going to give you a script that I recommend using. And I've done this before too. When I was getting my MBA and I had an opportunity to do an independent study. So I had to reach out to, I wanted to create my independent study based off what I wanted to learn about, which was like organizational development, organizational change. And so I reached out to a nonprofit organization to offer to help them grow their organization and work on some of their organizational development for free in exchange for this credits that I had to get from my university. And they said yes. So I'm going to kind of give you that script that I have used in the past to reach out to companies. Now, granted, don't just try one. You're going to need to try like 10 or 20. Who knows how many you're going to try? But I want you to try this. So if this is for you, if you know what your dream job is, you just don't know, you just don't think that you can get experience right now and you don't think you can find it. So here's what I would say. I would say if you are looking for, in my case, I said manager because I was trying to get a manager position, but you can insert whatever it is here. If you are looking for a blank, maybe it's a project manager, maybe it's a designer, whatever it is, who has experience consulting and training others. So for me, that was my experience at that time, doing consulting and training others. So insert your experience there. Please consider me as an intern, or please consider me for an intern position. I am a positive and energetic individual who is willing to work hard and has a strong desire to succeed. Due to my experiences and educational history, I feel that I would be an excellent intern. Now, you don't need to look for intern job descriptions. No one's going to be advertising an internship right now, right? But you're going to stand out from everyone else out there and you're going to basically create this position for yourself. And this goes back to businesses need help right now. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to say in this email, I know your business may be struggling with blank right now. So you're going to do a little research. Maybe you see that you have looked at their website, or maybe you see that they have had to do some layoffs. Maybe it's a restaurant that had to close. Whatever it is, be real here, right? Like, we're all going through this pandemic together. So you can do a quick Google search and see how this crisis is affecting the industry that you want to be in. So you're going to say, I know your business may be struggling with blank right now. I have ideas of how I can help you. So you're going to need to do some thinking. You're going to need to be prepared for a phone interview where you tell them what your ideas are, or maybe they're going to respond with an email and they're going to say, what are your ideas? And you got to be prepared, right? Maybe you put together a little quick presentation, or be ready with something of ways that you feel like you could help them with what they're struggling. business leaders are, people are burnt out like this and stressed, and it's hard to like think clearly right now for some small business owners because of how much stress they're under. So if you come, with just these like bright ideas and this excitement to make change and help that business grow, you're going to be amazed. Okay, so back to the script, you're going to say, I'm willing to do an unpaid internship and work blank hours per week with whatever you need right now virtually. All I want to do is learn and use COVID as an opportunity for myself and my career. You're going to stand out. Like if you did this, you're going to stand out. Like people are going to be like, "Wow, they're really willing to do this." And obviously, you've got to be willing to work. You got to be willing to do the stuff that, maybe the business owner doesn't have time to do, and you might get stuck with some grunt work, but that's okay. You're going to learn, you're going to add this experience to your resume. And then you're going to just give them the same kind of background that I was talking about before. So you're going to tell them, maybe tell them where you went to school. You're going to tell them like through your education, the experiences that you required. So I said, I'm currently pursuing my MBA. Through my education, I have acquired the understanding of human resources, problem solving, and communications. I've also gained skills such as teamwork, leadership, and project management through group projects and internships. Furthermore, I've gained confidence in real life business situations by consulting at Booz Allen Hamilton and studying abroad in Madrid, Spain. So insert whatever your accomplishments and your skill sets are here. I wrote, I feel that my positive attitude, responsibility, and experience helping my client run his organization more efficiently would be beneficial in the position of blank. So whatever, think long term. So, you do a 3 to 6 month unpaid internship. Where do you see yourself after that, right? We're going to presume that let's presume that you're going to get that job, right? Because in a few months, this company may turn around and they may be willing again to rehire. That's why this is such a great opportunity and time to do this. So, due to my educational and business experience, I believe that you will find I'm well qualified. Enclosed is my resume for your review. I look forward to talking with you and learning more about blank, whatever the company name is. You may reach me at your phone number. I can start this week. Thank you for your consideration. You like that? I've added, I can start this week. So if you do this, you got to let me know that you do this because I want to see success stories. Like if you can't tell, I feel really passionate about. Can you imagine how eye-opening this would be? How much you would stand out from all the rest of the people out there if you did this? Okay, so if this was interesting to you guys, if you want to take it a step further, we're going to dive way deeper into this on Sunday. I'm going to do 2 live webinars. One is at 10 a.m. Pacific. The other one is at 3:30 p.m. Pacific, all about making a career change. So if you've ever felt like you have so many things, but you're not sure what's working, you're still not seeing the results that you want, this is the live career change masterclass you want to be on. Perhaps you feel like you should have made more progress by now. You're ready to really double down, make that career change right now, fully step into your full potential. Join me on Sunday. You can join if you go to www.classycareergirl.com/dream career webinar. That's where you can sign up. Make sure you block out the time. It's probably going to be about 75 minutes. We'll time at the end for Q&A, completely live. Make sure you register. I'm going to talk about the 3 proven and free strategies to speed up your job search or new business startup. We're going to cover the career transition roadblocks that most women have, as well as I'm going to go over my easy to implement plan to make your dream career or business a reality. So I would love to see you there. So definitely get signed up for that. And then let me know if you're going to say I'm in, if you've registered. So just to summarize, the 3 steps we talked about today. So we talked about the first step that you need to take if you want to make a career change. We talked about the first step, if you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, we talked about how you should do an informational interview or just a quick Google search to kind of learn about what potential careers are like and what their job descriptions are, just to get you started. This is baby steps, remember? We also talked about the first step to take if you want to start a business, which would really just be reaching out to someone who could potentially be your ideal client, having a practice customer, a practice client, being totally honest that you're just getting started, but just being willing to put yourself out there and help. And then if you know what your dream job is, you just don't know how to get it right now with this whole COVID-19 mess, sending out an email pitching yourself to a company and offering yourself to do an unpaid internship right now is a great way to get that experience, to start putting that experience onto your resume, which could lead to a lot of different things after those 3 to 6 months of internship are up. So I'm excited for you guys to try that. Make sure you join me Sunday, 10 a.m. or 3:30 p.m. Pacific, completely live at classycareergirl.com/dream career webinar, where we will be going way deeper on this topic. Thank you guys for joining me. This was fun. So glad you found it helpful. Let me know if I can help in any way. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, okay? Bye, everyone.